Hello everyone. Today we will talk about Dick and Carey model, project management body of knowledge. Instructional systems design (ISD) models. Instructional designers follow systematic guidelines in order to create a workshop, a course, a curriculum, an instructional program, or training session. The systematic design of instruction, also known as a Dick and Carey model. Dick and Carey model designed by Walker Dick and Lou Carey back in 1978 in their book The Systematic Design of Instruction. Model is used to design any form of instruction with particular attention to the desired learning outcomes. This model includes of 9 or 10 components. Dick and Carey model focuses how every component interrelated. These basic steps represent a set of procedure, interaction between each steps, careful linkage between each of the components, especially between instructional strategy and desired learning outcome. To understand these steps and how to apply them in teaching, we can watch the following video.
Let's say you're teaching an art class and this lesson is all about being able to draw a circle. The students in this class may or may not already be capable of drawing this circle. Surprise! You've just completed the first part of the Dick and Carey model, Identify Instructional Goals. As we can see in our example, this stage is about finding out what you want to have taught. Since this is a simple situation, it will have simple requirements. Students will need to be able to identify a circle and have the coordination to use a writing utensil. This is known as Instructional Analysis, which is used to identify the required abilities to accomplish the task. Let's assume your class is full of first graders. That means they will be around 6 to 7 years old. It can be implied that they have some experience in drawing from kindergarten. They must also have the willingness to go through the exercise. This is known as Identifying Entry Behaviors, Part 3. Now we must determine the criteria for completing the task. In drawing a circle, the students, given a paper and pencil, must be able to draw a circle with nearly equal width and height, given 2 minutes. This is our performance objective, Part 4 of the Dick and Carey model. We need to make sure our imaginary first graders are learning. We do this by giving those dreaded tests. In the case of circle drawing, this could be tracing a dotted circle, finishing parts of a circle, drawing a complete circle with no guide, and eventually drawing objects that involve circles. This is developing assessment instruments. Alright, we're halfway there, so let's recap on what we've covered. Those of you who weren't paying attention, get your notebooks out. For the Dick and Carey model, you begin by figuring out what you want to teach. This is to identify instructional goals. Then you determine what skills the students will need to have in order to complete the lesson, or conduct instructional analysis. The third step is to identify entry behaviors. This is used to learn more about your students and tailor the lesson to their current level of understanding. After that, the teacher must write performance objectives to clarify what conditions the knowledge must be applied under. To mark the end of this review, the teacher must develop assessment instruments to evaluate the students and measure their progress. Let's continue. We've looked at what we want to do and how we'll know we've accomplished those goals. Now we'll develop instructional strategies to create ideas on how we want to teach a class. This will include any videos, materials, and lectures involved in teaching. After we develop our instructional strategy, we must acquire and create all of those chosen ideas. This would mean gathering all videos, papers, and presentations. This step is known as Develop and Select Instructional Materials. Let's go back to our circle drawing class. Students will watch the teacher's demonstration on drawing a circle. Then they will get a chance to attempt their circles using guided worksheets that require students to trace lightly shaded circles of different sizes. Eventually, they could be given assessments to assure they understood the lesson. That means we will need pencils, worksheets, assessment sheets, and a whiteboard with markers to present to the class. With that, we've completed everything involving our instruction. Don't think we're done yet, though. Step 8 is Formative Evaluation. Before we can go to testing students, we must test our lesson. The entirety of the lecture will need to be evaluated by an experienced individual. In a circle drawing class, an artist could evaluate the quality of the lesson. From there, we teach a small sample size of students, in our case first graders, to see if our lecture is working. Finally, the lesson can move on to a full classroom. The previous step was evaluating before putting our lesson into place. This step is all about evaluating after the fact, or summative evaluation. This is a test to see if instructional goals are met within all occurring constraints. We would ask ourselves, are we able to teach about drawing a circle within our time frame? Also, are the students capable of meeting the instructional goals? The final stage occurs at every point in the model. Step 10, Revision, applies to every step and allows the Dick and Carey model to adapt as it grows. Okay, let's take a breather. We've made it through every step of the Dick and Carey model. I hope you've all learned something. Have a good day and happy teaching.
Created using Powtoon.